Warm greetings to all knowledge seekers and wisdom wanderers. Welcome to Sabukaturi Unveiling TV. Here we delve deep into the realms of the unknown, unveiling hidden truths and untold tales. From unearthing ancient artifacts to decoding scientific mysteries, we are your portal to enlightenment. Our mission: to ignite curiosity, spark conversations, and fuel your hunger for knowledge. Our vision: to bring the world closer through shared wisdom. So, are you ready for a sensory exploration? Buckle up, our journey begins now. Humans are complex creatures. We perceive the world around us through our senses. Now, what are these senses we're talking about? Well, they're essentially our body's way of interacting with the environment. They're the mechanisms through which we experience life. From the taste of a ripe strawberry to the sound of a symphony orchestra, from the warmth of a summer sun to the sight of a stunning sunset. These senses are our interface with reality, our system for processing information from the world around us. They help us understand and navigate our surroundings, avoiding danger and seeking pleasure. They guide us, inform us, and ultimately shape our perception of what's happening around us. They are the tools with which we construct our world, and they are absolutely essential to our survival. Without them, we would be disconnected from our environment, unable to interact or engage with it. But, do you know how many primary senses we have? Contrary to popular belief, we have more than 5 senses, but for today, we will focus on the primary 5. Firstly, let's talk about sight. Our eyes are the windows to the world, capturing light and color to create the images we see. This happens when light enters our eyes, hits our retina, and is then converted into electrical signals that our brain interprets as visual images. Isn't that fascinating? Next, we have hearing. Our ears are like antennas, picking up sound waves and vibrations in the air. These waves hit our eardrums, causing them to vibrate. This vibration is then translated into electrical signals by tiny hairs in our inner ear, which our brain interprets as sound. So when you're jamming to your favorite tune, remember it's all thanks to these tiny hairs. Now let's talk taste. Our tongues are sprinkled with taste buds that allow us to enjoy a variety of flavors: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. Each taste bud is like a little chemical lab, analyzing the food you eat and sending the information to your brain. So, the next time you're savoring a delicious meal, give a little nod to your taste buds. On to smell. Our noses house olfactory receptors that detect different scents. These receptors send signals to our brain, which interprets these as different smells. From the fresh scent of rain to the aroma of baking bread, our noses help us navigate and enjoy the world around us. Finally, we have touch. Our skin is the largest organ in our body, and it's covered in touch receptors. These receptors respond to different sensations like pressure, temperature, and pain. They send signals to our brain, which interprets these as physical sensations. So, whether you're feeling the warmth of the sun or the coolness of a breeze, it's your skin that's doing the talking. Now that we know what they are, let's delve deeper into how they function. Each of our senses has a unique function, allowing us to experience the world in different ways. Let's start with our sense of sight, a sense powered by our complex and fascinating eyes. They capture light, convert it into electrochemical impulses, and send these signals to the brain. Our eyes are always on the move, constantly adjusting to the changing light and focus. This is why sight is often the most active of our senses. Next up is the sense of hearing. Our ears are like sophisticated sound catchers. They gather sound waves, transform them into mechanical energy, and then convert that energy into nerve impulses. These impulses are then sent to our brain, which interprets these signals as sound. Though not as quick as sight, our hearing is still incredibly responsive, usually second in line to react. Our sense of taste, although not as immediate as sight or hearing, is still incredibly important. Our tongues are covered in taste buds that detect sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami flavors. These signals are then sent to our brain, which interprets them as tastes. This sense may not be as quick to respond as our sight or hearing, but it's a crucial part of our experience of food and drink. Now let's talk about the sense of touch. Our skin is the largest organ in our bodies, and it's covered with millions of nerve endings. These nerve endings detect pressure, temperature, and pain. Although the sense of touch responds slower than sight and hearing, it's still vital for our interaction with the world, helping us to avoid harm and interact with our surroundings. Last but certainly not least, we have our sense of smell. Our noses contain specialized sensory cells that detect odors. These cells send signals to our brain, which then interprets these signals as smells. While this sense may not be as active as our other senses, it's incredibly important, playing a key role in our perception of food and also acting as an early warning system for dangers like fire or gas leaks. Each of these senses plays a crucial role in how we perceive and interact with the world around us. They work together, each contributing to our overall experience. Sight and hearing are generally the quickest to respond, followed by taste, touch, and lastly smell. This doesn't mean any sense is less important than the others, it simply reflects the different ways each sense interacts with our environment. Our senses work tirelessly to keep us aware and responsive, but do you know which sense lasts till our final breath? Imagine a world without any of these senses. It's almost impossible, isn't it? Each sense is so integral to our lives, each one enriching our experiences in its own unique way. But even as we approach the end of our lives, one sense stays with us, remaining active till our last moment. Can you guess which one it is? Stay tuned to find out. As life ebbs away, our senses begin to shut down, but one stays till the very end. Each of our senses, from sight to taste, has a unique role in how we perceive and interact with the world around us. But when it comes to the final moments of life, one sense outlasts the others. So which one is it? Drum roll please. It's the sense of hearing. That's right folks. When all other senses start to fade, our ability to hear lingers on. This is the last sense to cease functioning as we approach the end of life. But why is this so? Well, the answer lies within our brain. The auditory system responsible for our hearing is directly connected to the brainstem. This part of the brain controls functions vital to life, such as heartbeat and breathing. Even when other parts of the brain start to shut down, the brainstem continues to function, allowing us to retain our ability to hear. Now you might be wondering, what's the significance of this? Well, it means that even when a person is unresponsive, they might still be able to hear what's happening around them. That's why it's always recommended to speak comforting words to a loved one in their final moments, as they may still be able to hear and understand you. This revelation also underscores the importance of our sense of hearing in our daily lives. It is our connection to the world, the bridge that links us to our surroundings, and the last thread that ties us to life. In essence, our senses are truly remarkable. They shape our understanding of the world and remain with us from our first breath to our last. They are the silent warriors, constantly working behind the scenes to provide us with a comprehensive picture of our environment. And as we've just discovered, our sense of hearing is the most resilient of them all, steadfastly remaining with us until the very end. Isn't it fascinating how our senses work? Our journey through the human senses has come to an end. A fascinating voyage, wouldn't you agree? We've traversed the realm of our 5 primary senses: sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. We've delved into the intricate functionality of each, revealing the marvels of our body's natural design. Remember how we learned that sight and hearing are often the most active senses, instantly alerting us to changes in our surroundings? Conversely, we discovered that taste and smell typically take a tad longer to transmit information, giving us time to savor our experiences. We also unveiled the somber truth about the last sense to function as we approach life's final curtain call. The sense of hearing, it seems, is our steadfast companion until the end, offering a comforting connection to the world we leave behind. Through this exploration, we've gained a newfound appreciation for our senses. They're not just biological functions, they're our gateways to experience, our conduits to connection. They shape our perception of reality and enrich our existence in ways we often take for granted. So, let's take a moment to appreciate this incredible sensory apparatus we carry within us. Let's marvel at the wonders of the human senses, their intricate design, and their invaluable role in our lives. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Subbukaturi Unveiling TV for more enlightening content.